welcome back to Just Ask Mrs. Hurlbut. This is episode 39. Whew. And our topic today is remain calm.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that's Lucy. So happy to have you back, Lucy. Making my life a lot easier. So remain calm. Why? Well, I live in a world with a lot of high school seniors who do anything but at this moment. It's the time of the year when college decisions are coming, prom is around the corner, so people are starting to decide who they're going to go with, what they're going to wear, so people are excited. And I love being excited. I think it's great to get excited. But the anxiety and the worry is what I'm talking about. So let's just all take a breath and let's get some perspective and let's see if we can be excited without freaking out. I'm pretty sure that's what's coming our way. Lucy, am I on the right track?
Yeah, I haven't read all of them, but
Okay.
let's go.
So give me a question.
How do you stay calm in stressful situations, especially when emotions run high?
Well, this sounds very familiar. This sounds a lot like what I talked about last episode. Let's get a handle on our emotions, shall we? I can't tell you how many times I literally have to walk students off the ledge and say, hold up. Let's just breathe for a second and let's start deciding what's important here. In the grand scheme of things, in the big picture, what's the most important things? What was the first part about that? Sorry.
How do you stay calm in stressful situations?
So how do you stay calm in stressful situations? There's very simple tools you can use, just like counting to 10, the stuff that we hear all the time. I personally stay calm in stressful situations because I have the utmost confidence in that things will work out the way they're meant to work out. I'm very optimistic, almost to a fault. But I also have a strong faith. And so because I believe in a God that's going to protect me, even if it's not what I expect, that really keeps me calm. Like I know so many people that freak out on airplanes. I'm like, I give it up to God. I'm going to be fine. Either way, no matter what happens, all will be well. So get a handle on your emotions, whatever that takes, whatever tool you've got in your back pocket, so that you can actually face whatever's ahead with the strength that would otherwise be wasted on the worry. So focus all your energy on the things you know you can do and believe that everything is going to be okay.
I think that I could relate a little bit to this topic
You
right
think?
now. I said it earlier, but just only focusing on what you can control, because your brain only has so much energy to put out, and putting that energy into things that will actually create a solution or a change, an immediate change or a long-term change.
Yep. Worrying about the things that you have no control over is really
it's a waste
of
your
your
energy.
time. Yeah.
Not even your time. Just like you only have so much energy to give during the day, especially when life is crazy.
And every time you choose not to put your energy into the things you don't have control over, you can shift all of that energy into the stuff you do have control over.
Okay. Is staying calm something you're born with, or can it be learned over time? I think I'm the poster child.
Yeah. I would say there are people that are born with it. Sure. And the rest of us should gravitate towards those people.
Yeah.
I would say for me personally, I acquired it the older I got. I think that my audience will recognize as they get to be about Lucy's age, which is 25, 26, when you have that final frontal lobe development, you naturally begin to calm down. You naturally gain perspective. You naturally recognize the reality of the situations that are in front of you. So yes, it can for sure develop over time, but that has so much to do with your own understanding of yourself, your own growth. So if you love yourself, if you believe in yourself, and you take good care of yourself, all that will come pretty naturally, pretty organically. But you got to get out, you got to get out of your own way to do that. Mm-hmm. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to give a little, I guess, hope to maybe some of your high schoolers that are watching, that as someone that was far from born with that and was actually born with things that made it really hard for me to
She's not lying.
to find any sort of calm in my brain, in my life, in my day-to-day. There is like a natural course that takes place, but I also think that if you know it's going to be harder for you, like I put the work in for years
Yes, you
to
did.
find calmness within myself. A lot of people always said like, oh, find a person, an animal, a task, a song, a show, like whatever, comfort things. And weirdly enough, I only ever wanted to find it in myself, because I knew that I could be a constant for myself and that other things could pick up and leave or end or whatever it may be. So I think that it can 100% be learned over time, but it's not just like handed to you one day.
Well, I also think for someone like you, you really had to work for it. So you started at a very young age finding tools, and we worked together to find.
And then weirdly, I've been calmer than my peers for years now.
Well, I was just going to say, and then there's people who have no issues, and then all of a sudden they're thrown into this deep anxiety with not one single tool in their belt to get them through it.
Yeah.
So that's where you are definitely at an advantage. So no, not everybody's born with it, but certainly you can attain it. It's a skill set, but you've got to have your priorities straight in order to find that.
And I will say, for someone that has been the constant for other people, just because you were born with it.
Me?
No.
I was going to say, yeah.
Just because someone may have been born with it, you one day, the calmness might leave you. And don't freak out when you have to start. Like, I have siblings and friends that didn't have to deal with anxiety or panic or stress until their 20s. And like you said, and then you're like, I have none of the tools. What do I do?
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. Like
the first thing would be to recognize that.
Yeah.
And then to seek the help or the guidance that you need to develop those tools. But no, I don't think everyone's born with it.
No, I think majority of people are not.
And it's very much there's also a level of maturity. If you talk to people my age, for the most part, they're all going to be like, I'm good now. Like, I've been doing this a long time.
A lot of it has to do with your environment too. You also have to recognize that a lot of times it's not in your head or your own fault. A lot of times it is.
Right.
But a lot of times, with the cards you're dealt, you might have been put in a very chaotic upbringing, and
you just made me think of what it's been for me, because I probably was chaotic. I was probably a lot like you when I was younger, but I didn't have anybody give me any tools. But I was going to say, of course, it just left my brain. It always happens. I know what it was. I realized at a very young age that I probably had OCD, and probably still do, but I recognized that I was very organized. And I have found that my organization and my list making, which I do every single day, and I have since 8th grade, has kept me calm. The minute I can take it out of my brain
and put it on
paper, my brain can calm down.
Yeah. And everyone's different, because when I write things out, it stresses me out. If I can keep it in my brain, then I can just keep it there.
No, thank you.
Okay. How do you keep your composure when someone is being difficult or confrontational?
So someone's trying to get a rise out of you, to get you out of your calm. I'm like, just try me. Just try me. It's hard. I'll tell you what, for me personally, because it's happened recently, I can keep my calm through a lot. Most people I work with will tell me that. Like, I'm a Libra, so I'm all about balance. And they say they like me as a leader because I just stay calm and I don't get offended, and I don't react. I listen to understand. But shoot, what was the question? I have great things I was going to say.
How do you keep your composure when someone's being difficult or confrontational?
Oh, so interestingly enough, for me, the only time that I have felt the calmness start to disappear was when I had some run-ins with my siblings.
I can vouch for that for myself
and
as well.
it's interesting because when you're an adult, they're probably listening. Sorry, guys. When you're an adult and you're with your siblings, you regress.
Yeah.
Like it takes you back. And when I'm with my siblings, my insecurities from being a child bubble to the surface. And I was not a confident child. And if you ask any of my siblings, I was the black sheep. So there was confrontation all day, every day, times 5 siblings,
Yeah.
always. So today, now, every so often, something like that will happen. I'll be like, why am I letting them stir this up in me? Stop this. You are a calm person. Remain calm. So, yeah, it can be tricky. You gotta watch out for the triggers.
Yeah, that's.
Watch out for
I
the
was
triggers.
just gonna say.
Yeah.
When the question is how do you keep your composure, you got to plan for it a little bit. Things are gonna happen. Things are gonna come up. I'm
Right.
the exact same way. I am in a newer relationship, and he's never seen me get mad at anything. And then I was with all of my siblings one day, and he was like, "Oh." Now I've seen it. Now I've seen the calmness leave you, and I'm like, that is the only thing in my life. The people I love the most in the world.
It triggers your
Can get me.
childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a thing.
Yep. Okay.
So we got to work on the triggers. That's another episode.
And prepping. We'll we've had an episode before where we talk about preparing for it. Like people are going to get to
Obstacles.
you, preparing, having tools to know like, oh, that's something I don't do well with. Let's remove myself from the conversation, the situation, whatever it may be.
Exactly.
Are there specific habits or routines that help you stay emotionally balanced? Our little Libra.
Totally. Lucy knows this about me, I would assume. I'm very regimented. I'm all about managing my self-control. I don't want to lose it. So I work really hard to maintain a pretty regular schedule, whether it's diet, exercise, sleep, socializing,
Yeah.
quiet time. Yeah. So that for me, that's what helps me a lot. Like we said before, you can only worry about what you have control over. So the stuff I do have control over, I really nurture. But then I'm in a classroom full of kids who are doing what they're doing, and I'm fine. Or my grandkids come over and run amok in my house. I'm fine. I'm maybe not fine with all the dogs yet. Give me some time for that.
I don't know if you'll ever be.
But I find that because I do so well 80% of the time, that 20% I'm so
Yeah.
good at just letting it go and not losing the calm. It's pretty cool.
I think that my simple answer to this that I've found more in my adult life is knowing my biggest way to stay balanced is knowing how you recharge and how the people around you do. So if I know that I'm going to have a full day with my nieces and nephews where it's going to be chaotic, let's say it's a Saturday, I need that Sunday to be a nothing
totally agree.
day.
I totally
Because
agree.
if you put yourself in a situation where that Sunday is also a chaotic day, you're probably going to throw off your entire week.
Unless you planned it that way. Because there's been times where I've said, everybody come over the whole weekend.
Yes, I'm saying like if you don't think about it, you're at a place now where you'll prepare for that. Like you'll be like, okay, this is a one weekend, it's not.
So I'm going to go get groceries for 6 meals, and I'm going to plant myself.
But I'm saying, that's because you're now aware of how to keep yourself calm. The people that don't, if you're like, why every Monday do I not feel rested? It's like, well, you probably didn't recharge the way that you need to be recharged. I have siblings that recharge from the chaos.
Yeah.
I do not. I will start being mean.
I know, we've seen it.
What about habits? Not necessarily routines, but is there daily habits that in the midst of chaos that you do?
In the midst of chaos.
Let's say your classroom is extra chaotic.
I pivot. You got to pivot. You got to be open to adjust to the circumstances that you're placed in. I had a day today where I signed up to help out during doing something when I wasn't teaching, and then I share with you the chaos that happened that I needed to address.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to be in 2 places at once. Plus, I have to get back to my classroom and set up. It was just a lot, and I just said, all right, let's just decide right here and now what can wait, what doesn't have to wait. where I'm sitting right now, I can whisper to the next adult, I'm just going to take this call, give me 2 seconds, and then I'm going to leave 5 minutes early so I can go set up. And I just have to pivot and think, what is possible to do in these 15 minutes I have to regroup and manage the information that's just come my way. But the key is to remain calm and all of that. In the end, what's the worst thing that could happen? The worst thing that actually happened was that I didn't get back to class in time, which is very rare. I'm always there 10 minutes early and all set up, and the door opens and I welcome everybody in. And all the students are waiting outside the classroom, and
But so
I open the door,
for
let them
one
in.
time?
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't let stuff like that get to me anymore.
So can taking a pause or stepping away really make a difference in
Absolutely.
emotional control?
It should. You should do that. That's absolutely everything. When you take a pause, you can change your whole outlook on whatever it is that's happening. Completely change. You're like, it's almost like you're a different person. You've seen it in a totally different light. Take a pause, maybe even move and look at it from a different angle, and everything changes. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I can totally do this.
When we were talking about, like, can remaining calm be learned over time, I think one of the first things I ever did, which I actually got teased for a lot, was quite literally stepping away. Locking the only room in this entire house growing up that you're watching us in right now, the only room that had a lock was the bathroom. And if I started getting very overwhelmed and I knew that I was going to react in a way that I didn't want to react, I'd go sit in the bathroom, lock the door for 5 minutes where no one could speak to me. I just needed to step away for a second. And then I could come back to a situation and react the way that I want to react. Or I'd come back and realize I didn't care anymore.
Yeah, it's a good tool. That's a good tool.
Well, that's all.
Whoa. So, Lucy, I want to thank you because I think it's important that this audience, and I know there are a handful of people out there my age because they tell me they're following. But I think it's important to hear the perspective with how far apart are we in age? 33, 4 years?
35.
34 years?
I thought you were 35 when you had me.
Okay, well, maybe, or maybe I just turned 35.
Not to out
after.
you, sorry.
No, I think anywho, in the 35 years that are between us, a lot can change, and we're a lot alike.
Yeah.
So what you're hearing is a point of view from where many of my audience is right now, and the point of view from the other side.
Yeah.
Which is where also some people are.
Or to come.
So thank you for that perspective.
Of course.
Thank y'all for listening, and remain calm. We'll see you soon.